do this, buddy?
Let's rock this nice festival.
Steal the naughty list.
Steal the naughty list?
Steal the naughty list? You'd be doing something naughty to get off the naughty list. I'd rather baptize a cat. An ice skater that can't skate forward, a muskox that would obviously rather be a bird, and now a polar bear is cold.
How do you know I won't eat you?
How do you know we won't eat you?
I like where this is going. Let's do this.
Okay, so that was a preview of Steal the Naughty List. It's out now on streaming platforms. This movie is a labor of love created by the Von Midden family, whose passion and creativity really translates through every frame of this stop-motion movie.
Now, writer and director Nathan and producer Melise Von Midden and their kids all had a hand in making of the film from their home studio in Mississippi. Local comedian Bob Smiley plays the role of Lowell, and all three now join us to tell us more about the journey to steal the naughty list. I just, first of all, when I see the preview, I love the feel of it because last night Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and stop motion was on, and I see that and it brings back so many good childhood memories. And I was a big fan of the show Community, where their famous Christmas episode used stop motion. And just how hilarious that was. So I'm really excited to see this now just because of the feel of it.
Yeah, we wanted to make something that was nostalgic, but also new, so that it brings those feelings that we've had from growing up as kids, watching those great stop motion movies. And we love stop motion so much. And we wanted to make something that's just fun that the whole family can enjoy together.
Well, it is fun. I mean, just from that little clip, I mean, we're getting chuckles in. It's silly. It's kind of this, you know, this theme of naughty and nice and good and bad. But this is a labor of love because it was happening in your home. You were making this movie in your home. How did that even start? How did that even become a concept?
Well, we all live there, and so, you know, it eliminated the convenience of that. We were able to just head on up to our studio and, you know, get started whenever we needed to. We homeschool, and so it just kind of naturally fit, and we juggled all the things as they needed to be done. Some things were time sensitive. Some things were not, and so you could just pop in and do what you needed to do, get back downstairs, do your schoolwork, get back up there, and create something new.
So, yeah, your crew is like your kids, some of your kids. You have 6 kids. Why don't you tell us about them?
We have 6, yes. Jackson is our director for animation. And then he's 19, and then we have Avery, who is 17. She's a senior this year. She would do a lot of our set designs and puppets. And then Karis, she's 15. She did a little bit of everything, you know, whatever needed to be done, and was wonderful at it. And then we have twins Brooke and Harper, who are 11, and then our baby Tinsley, she's 8. And they definitely had some hands on the project as well, but not as much as the rest of us.
So we homeschool our 4 kids, and so to see what you did with your 6 homeschool kids makes us feel like such losers now.
That was my takeaway when I went to the studio, because my wife and I, we have 5 tax deductions, all boys, and I went there and I was like, man, I've dropped the ball. Like, I took them to Six Flags one time, but they're creating a movie.
That's great.
Yeah, it was impressive.
What was cool was like my son, he's an animation director. He's overseeing other animators on the movie, and we just looked around where we were, and he was the only one with the most experience. By that time, he had 10 years of stop motion experience, and because he and I were doing this together, we sort of became the creative force, and we just continue to work together. And I love working with my son, my wife, and my kids.
I bet. And the family pictures and the working together, the recording, it looks like such a, it looks like a lot of, it is work. It looks like work, but what a fun project to do together. Bob, you're a comedian, you're a voiceover actor, obviously. How did you guys meet? How did you guys connect? Tell us a little bit about that origin story.
Ironically, I was on LinkedIn, which I don't know why, because I have never had a job, and LinkedIn tends to be for people looking for a job. But and somebody contacted me and asked if I'd ever thought about doing voice acting, and I love that Community episode. I grew up with a show called Davy and Goliath, and I've always been fascinated, and so they put me in contact with Nathan, and we started working on it. And I like things in my career that challenge me. So doing Lowell's voice, because this is my real voice, but Lowell sounds like this. Hi, I'm Lowell. So I really had to like dive in to stay
Dig deep.
focused.
Yeah.
As the character.
Tell me about the plot, because first of all, the idea of we're going to steal this naughty list so we're not on the naughty list
So funny.
is brilliant.
Yeah.
How did that come about? And without giving away too much of the plot, I'd love to hear some of the plot.
Yeah, well, we started with this idea of the naughty list. And then I thought, well, what's the worst way to get off of it? You steal it. Well, what kind of characters then would be on the naughty list, like bad little characters? And then thinking of their arc along the way of going from having personality disorders, just being broken little creatures, forcing them into scenarios and obstacles that they have to overcome to kind of help them get over themselves, to recognize other people. There's a through line of forgiveness, and there's a little bit in there about, them learning about the origins of the real Santa Claus that lived a long time ago, we call St. Nicholas. And so, showing them on that journey from brokenness to redemption and their path along the way was really what we wanted. We thought families would respond to that idea.
That's actually beautiful.
Yeah,
That's actually really
it really
beautiful. So this is family friendly. Where can families watch it, and why should they watch it?
You can rent it now on iTunes, Amazon, Apple TV. I think that our vision for this film has been families sitting on the couch together. Someone's off getting hot chocolate and you're like, hurry up, I want to press play. Everybody come in here. And then sitting down and just enjoying something. There's humor for the adults, there's humor for kids, there's humor for everybody in it. And, it says what we want to say about forgiveness and redemption.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It really is. It's beautiful.
Anything else, Bob?
Well, one of my favorite responses, because again, we have since we have kids, we're always looking for tools to be able to help shape our kids and get messages through entertainment. And so one of my favorite DMs I got through my Instagram was a lady. They watched it as a family, and then the next morning she went downstairs and her two boys had woken up early and were playing it, and they were snuggled together, just the two brothers, and they were watching the movie again. So she took a snapshot and DM'd me, and that's exactly the vision that we have for the movie. Is it's something warm and inviting, and that families want to gravitate and watch and become a tradition for the holidays.
So sweet. Thank you so much. Nathan, Melissa Von Minden, and Bob Smiley. We've shared a link to Steal the Naughty List on our website, the Scene on Houston Life section of TV. Hey, don't go anywhere. Houston Life will be right back.